This isn't as much of a rant, but I do got to ask the question because it does get chaotic with scheduling. I guess the question is, what is easier? Do you like the scheduling where it's like, very much in a calendar, very much here's the time, here's the date, and oblige exactly to the schedule? Or do you like to be a little bit more, spur of the moment, let's play it by ear? To me, I feel like unless it's so important, I like it to be a little bit more play it by ear. But I feel like both ways potentially are the right way, but also both ways have a little bit of a hindrance. The scheduling, it becomes one of those things where sometimes you don't oblige to that schedule because things do run over. And so suddenly you're having this like tight schedule, and no leniency to move it around, but yet it has to get moved around because things do naturally go over. I know for me, a lot of times I'm like, oh, let's try to do a lenient schedule. Now listen, if this is a big work thing or if this is a big, event, of course, then you have to be into a tight schedule. But everything else, I feel like if it's like, oh, okay, hey, on Tuesday, we're going to catch up, we're going to get a bite to eat. Like, let's just leave it at like, it's going to be around 4 or 5, boom. I don't think we need to like overly plan it. I want to be a little bit more in spur of the moment. To me, spur of the moment feels a little bit more exciting, but does that make me a little bit less efficient? I feel like there's a case to be made about efficiency with the scheduling, but at the same time, don't you have more fun if you just kind of go with the flow? Going with the flow for a schedule and kind of how you're going to map out your day, you have so many priorities and obligations already. I feel like those priorities, those obligations, they take a precedent for sure. 9 to 5, busy schedule. But everything after that, I feel like should be like, yeah, I get up at like 4:30 today. Oh, I get up at 6:30 today. Then I'll meet you here, boom and boom. That seems relaxing to me, and it seems like a little bit fun, and it gives a little bit of an option to like bounce around. We're gonna go here, and then maybe we'll check out this spot. Oh, and let's call up so-and-so, and they could come hang out too. I think that's how you make really good hangouts. So hanging out, being with friends, and being spontaneous. I guess that's really what it's about. Spontaneous hangouts or over-scheduling of hangouts. What's the better route? And again, this is specifically probably more of a topic that has to do with friendship and going out and socializing. Obviously, it's a lot different if we're talking about other types of scheduling. Like I said, give the scheduling the most importance that it needs if it's something that doesn't have leverage to move around. But if it has to do with like, I haven't seen an old coworker in a long time or an old friend in a long time, I would like to see that friend more in a spontaneous setting. I just know like Thursday, you get on the phone, ring, and we're gonna hang on Thursday after work. Where? Who knows? To me, some of the best experiences do happen when you kind of keep it more spontaneous. This is what I feel. Am I too lackadaisical in that? I don't know. I just feel like fun is fun is fun, and sometimes you gotta like really embrace that. But schedules are very important and valuable too. I'm just kind of trying to put them up against each other and seeing what is the better scenario, what really works. And I guess both are fine, and both could be worked on as well. As long as at the end of the day you do what works for you. Overscheduling to me feels a little stuffy. I don't really want to do my 9 to 5 and then go rush here and then know that I gotta go do this by this time. And sometimes I don't want to overcomplicate things. Sometimes you gotta keep it simple, or it's not that hard. But then if I say that, it's like, potentially somebody could be like, well, you don't have as busy of a schedule as me. To which I'm like, you know what? Fair. Although I do have a busy schedule, I feel like I never am really like relaxing. I always got something to do. So I guess to each their own. If it's a matter of hanging out with a friend, I'm just spontaneous. And to me, that's always been kind of like the best bet. It has always been the best bet, and it's always been really cool to be like in the moment. That's the thing about it. So many things we do aren't in the moment, and this spontaneity, it's in the moment. I mean, right?